Hello, I'm Lygo and welcome to Football Manager 21 Beta 20 years in the future. I'm sure you've seen other videos like this from other YouTubers and streamers going way ahead into the future, but on this one I wanted to go just 20 years ahead so we could see what's happened in the near future, and we'll also have a look at some popular figures throughout the footballing world and see what they've been up to. And to speed this video up for myself, I've only loaded the English leagues, as you can see, so there will be some bias towards the English divisions when that reflects into Europe. But let's get started with England and see what they've been up to. As you can see, the Premier Division is still one of the top leagues in the world, so let's dive straight into that. And the 2040-41 season, it looks like Tottenham and Everton, top two teams. And I've had a quick nosy around, and Everton seem to have broken the top six and made it a top seven now. But other than that, looking down that list of names in the Premier League, there's no big shocks. It's nice to see Nottingham Forest back in there. Birmingham had briefly made their way back up, but they're going back down to the Championship. Brentford are now in the mix, but other than that, not too much different from today's division. So let's go down to the Championship. And as you can see, Aston Villa have just been promoted through the playoffs. Let's have a look in here, and first thing that stands out to me, Newcastle now a mid-table Championship team. Watford are now back into the Premier League. But other than that, again, no great big shocks. Palace down in the Premier League now, down from the Premier League into the Championship. Blackburn, Bournemouth, Stoke, QPR, Cardiff, all still there or thereabouts. Portsmouth and Sunderland have made their way back up to the Championship. Bristol Rovers up into the Championship, and so are Leyton Orient. Two of the, I suppose, bigger surprises out of the teams there, with Coventry, Hull and Charlton getting relegated. Down into League One, and first thing I notice is AFC Wimbledon, obviously doing a lot better than without me at the helm. They've just been promoted, as have Blackpool. Wimbledon going up as champions, and Harrogate Town up into the Championship now. What a surprise for them. Nice to see Bolton doing better. They've just missed out on automatic promotion there on goal difference. Must have been gutting for them. And again, no other teams really standing out. I suppose Sheff Wednesday going down to League 2 would be the biggest surprise there, other than maybe Harrogate going up to the Championship. So down into the bottom division, and MK Dons are the title holders, with Salford winning in the playoffs, and Swansea way down in League 2 but bouncing back up to League 1 with their recent promotion. Millwall sat in the middle of the table of League 2, and Preston have fallen way down to the bottom end of League 2, as of Scunthorpe getting relegated to non-league. So a couple of surprises, no huge changes in the next 20 years. Whether that plays out similarly in real life, who knows. But let's go have a look at the European competitions, starting with the European Champions Cup, the Champions League. Most recent winners, Bayern Munich, with Real Madrid and Man United have not simulated past this season's one. Let's have a look. Last 20 years seems to be usual big teams, with leaning towards the English teams as we expected with the English database loaded. So we've got more wins for Liverpool. They're never going to shut up about that, are they? If they get, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4 more wins for them. Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City finally getting their hands on the Champions League 29-30 season. It's another 10 years before they can get hold of it. And I suppose the only real surprises come in the runners-up to me. I suppose Everton making it to the final. And Barcelona, look at that. Many years in succession, not quite. Ever so nearly. And I suppose Lyon, the other surprise there. Other than that, it's probably as you've expected. Lazio making it all the way to the final 2 seasons in. So not much different there. Let's go have a look at the European League, the Europa League. A couple more changes here. Again, leaning towards the English teams. Leicester winning it out of the blocks against Napoli in the opening season. Benfica then beating Arsenal, Roma and Porto. Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Sevilla. Sevilla are always going to be in the Europa League, winning it. Hertha BSC getting to the final there. And then the following year, 26-27, what a final that must be. Arsenal, Tottenham, huge London derby. Leicester winning it again the following season against Atalanta. Arsenal, Tottenham trading it for a couple of years. Benfica getting their hands on it again. Then a couple of European wins for City and Everton, and Villarreal then in an all-Spanish final. Before England take over with Everton and Arsenal and Chelsea again. So no huge surprises there. If you have a look at the Europa Conference League, Betis win it. First time of asking. Arsenal, Moscow, Arsenal, Valencia, such big teams winning it here before some of the lesser teams, Sporting, Celtic, CSKA Sofia against Rosenborg. So no big teams in that final. Basel and Trabzonspor, Antwerp getting their hands on it. Rapid Vienna beating Lokomotiv Moscow. So quite a mix actually in the Europa Conference League. Let's have a look at the internationals and see what that's been doing. Start with the big one, the World Cup. Title holders France. So we've had 5 iterations of the World Cup in this future. Brazil, Croatia, the next final in 2022 in Qatar. Italy then beating France, Belgium and Nigeria. That's some upset, Belgium and Nigeria. Before 2 runners-up medals for England against Spain and France in the 34 and 38 World Cups. Let's go have a look at the Euros. European Football Championship. France holding this one as well. So 2021 Switzerland beating England. Wow, that's some upset. Followed by Croatia and Wales. Wales making it to the final of the Euros. Turkey then beating Croatia. So a couple of upsets there. England then beating France. So England finally getting some international silverware before France take over in 36 and 40. With Northern Ireland, look at that, Northern Ireland getting to the 2040 European Football Championships. And I suppose the last awards I want to look at is the World Player of the Year. The Ballon d'Or, let's have a look, where are we? We start off with Ronaldo, Rodrigo, Bentancur and Mbappe winning it the first time round. Mbappe then 2022, Mane and Salah, no surprises there. Salah picking it up again in, 2023, ahead of Mane and Martinez. 2024, Houssem Aouar. Now that's a bit of a surprise. He is a player with a lot of potential, expecting big things from him in real life. And he's beating Mbappe and Salah at 2024. For Mbappe goes on a winning streak for 3 years in 25, 26 and 27, beating Ayazabel and Rodrigo. Erling Haaland first getting his mention, second place in 2026 ahead of Zaniolo, 2027 Camavinga and Zaniolo, and Martinez Rashford, first English player to be up there in 2028, and then Kulusevski, Martinez, Mbappe and Daka. And the first of the regions coming in now at 2030, still behind Mariba and Mbappe. Zaniolo with another regen there, and Florentino Luis. Mariba picks it up again ahead of 2 regens, and the first regen to win it in 2033 before Erling Haaland. Only his second mention, that's quite a surprise. I expected more from him. I expected him to pick up maybe at least 1 Ballon d'Or, but he's there with Camavinga in 2033. And then apart from the 2035, looks like regens are winning it, but in 2035 Jude Bellingham, and what a season he had there for Chelsea. 56 games, 18 goals and 19 assists, what a season. And 2035, he's only 32 years old still. So what a bright future he's had. So let's have a look at him firstly. Let's have a look at his history. He's just retired from Chelsea, but he spends a good few seasons at Dortmund and then a €100 million move back to Chelsea. And step forward, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons to start with. His following seasons are all above a 7 average rating. So what a career he's had. But just before we look at some more figures from around the footballing world, let's just have a look at the biggest transfers of the last 20 years. We'll go through year by year. In 2020, Stefan Posch from Hoffenheim to Hertha BSC, €20 million. That's the first couple of windows, and I suppose that's about right with the new COVID rules in Football Manager. 2021, Lautaro Martinez from Inter to Real Madrid at €80 million. 2022, Mbappe finally leaving PSG to go to Man City for €204 million. Wow, what a transfer that is. And look at that, ahead of João Felix and Erling Haaland, both over €100 million. 2023, Alexander Isak from Liverpool to PSG, followed by Mason Greenwood as well from United to PSG. Carlos Soler winning it in 2024, €121 million. Erling Haaland then moving on to Liverpool for €137 million in 2025. 2026 sees Dayot Upamecano, biggest transfer at €125 million to Man United. 2027, Mariba from Barcelona to Spurs, €124 million. Marcus Madal from Real Madrid to PSG, €148 million in 2028. Mason Greenwood, look at that, another huge transfer for him, back to Chelsea this time, again over €100 million. Ridwan Michael, first regen, looks to be winning at 2029, and unless there's any real world players, I'll skip over the next couple of years. But we've got Mariba then moving from Spurs to Man United, €130 million. Camavinga, what a player he's going to be. Paris to Chelsea, €106 million. Then from I think 2032 rather, looks to be regens topping the world transfers until the in-game present day. One thing I found that I just want to show you, if we go to the champion Spurs, we've got a 71-year-old Antonio Conte leading Spurs to the title, but not just that, he's duking it out with Diego Simeone, another 71-year-old. So they're not prepared to give up just yet. We've got both of them going well into their 70s. After all these years, Frank Lampard is still the Chelsea manager since he took over in 2019, so he's been there for the best part of 20 odd years. Is he going to rival Sir Alex? Let's come and have a look at his milestones. Let's go back to, where are we, 2021. Won a Carabao Cup, won a Champions League, Super Cup, Community Shield, Premier League. He's not done too bad for himself. He's not quite Sir Alex Ferguson, but he's had a good go. So just to finish off, I want to finish with some popular figures from around the world in present day. As you can see, first up, Harry Kane has gone on to be head of youth development at Man City. This one jumped out to me. We've got 69-year-old Unai Emery, and he looks like he's embarked on a few different ventures managerially. Villarreal, Spain, Newcastle, Benfica, Man City. Now he's winding down his time as a scout at Chelsea. Mbappe finally retired as a player at Barcelona. He's now wanting to become a director of football, but currently unemployed. Let's have a look at Erling Haaland, see what he's up to nowadays. Looks like he finished as a Liverpool player and he's now looking to be an assistant manager somewhere, and judging by his stats, not a very good one. Maybe he's got potential to be a staff member, much like his playing career. Let's see what he did playing career. Total of 611 appearances, 300 goals throughout his career. That's some return, goal every other game. Marcus Rashford is now retired. He was briefly a manager of Millwall, but now looking to be a director of football somewhere. Eduardo Camavinga, maybe rather fittingly, wanting to be ahead of youth development. Matthias de Ligt has finally retired as a player, was briefly a manager of Walsall, looking at that, but now currently unemployed. Trent Alexander-Arnold, now an assistant manager, not taking up a staff position after leaving Liverpool. Ansu Fati, only 38 years old, I forget how young he is sometimes. Finally retired as a player though, and looking to be a director of football somewhere. And look at that, he's not had a bad career, has he? Barcelona, Chelsea, PSG, Real Madrid, before winding it down at Leicester and Wolves. But even still, Leicester and Wolves, that's a good career. Let's have a look at some of the retired managers now. Three I've got in mind: Pep, Klopp and Mourinho. We'll take a look at them three to finish off with. Guardiola retired at 68 years old, winning 85 trophies. Wow, that's some career he had. He won the FA Cup 3 times, European Super Cup, the Champions League in 2030, and then he won the English Premier League 3 times, between 26 and 29. Jurgen Klopp retired at 71, not done as well as Pep, but done still very well for himself, amassing 68 trophies in total. Very another successful manager, winning the European Super Cup 3 times, Champions League 5 times. Now that's some achievement. And then the Club World Cup Championship 3 times as well, and the English Premier Division 7 times between 21 and 38. So some career he's had. And last but not least, Jose Mourinho, the man himself, retired with 37 trophies in all. So all three of them needing huge trophy cabinets at their house, if not a whole room dedicated to trophies, if not more. And just looking at the biography here of Mourinho, didn't win any further trophies by the look of that after 2021. Looks like he's gone out on a low as opposed to a high compared to the other two. But if you've liked that, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more Football Manager content, including the start of my life in Football Manager, my Road to Glory series on the full Football Manager 2021 version. And thank you for watching.